Hello viewers, welcome back to Ohio Airgun Shooter. On today's video, we have the Walther PPS Mark II. This is an Airsoft version, therefore it is 6mm, and it is a CO2 powered Airsoft replica of the Walther PPS. Comes in this cardboard box. It is brought to us by Umarex. Here are some of the specifications. Claimed velocity of 300 feet per second. I think that says 0.2 gram BBs. 0.20 is powered by a single 12 gram CO2 cartridge. The print on this is so small. Blowback, 6mm Airsoft. Yeah, 0.20. No, yeah, 0.20 gram BBs. And then semi-auto has a 15 round capacity. Does have metal parts and a metal barrel. Right here, 12 gram BBs at 384 feet per second. So CO2 capsules not included. Well, it's nice that that gives you an up to velocity of 300 feet per second with the 0.20 grams, and then down here it mentions with 0.12 gram BBs you can get a higher velocity, which it's nice to know. Again, the Walther logo. Little extras. This is your gun, your Walther black PPS Mark II. Now I do have a Mark 1, I guess you would call it the Mark 1 version, but it's a 12 gram CO2. It's just a 4.5mm BB. It's also blowback, but it does have a different shape and everything. I'll get that out and compare it once I open this up. But this does have the orange tip. At least here in the United States, you know, they are required to have them. I don't know how difficult it will be to remove. Some of them are easy, some of them are difficult. You try to pull them out and they won't come out. They're either glued in there. So I don't know if you can use heat it up somehow, get them out, but sometimes I just leave them in. You know, I do like to shoot in my backyard, and we do have neighbors, and you know, it is a fenced-in backyard, but you know, one side is a chain link, the other side's wood, but two-story houses, and people can kind of, you know, they can see down in my backyard. So it is good to have this when I'm doing that. It just lets them know that it's not real. And being in town here, you know, you don't want the police come knocking on your door asking any questions about anything. I mean, we have great police officers, and you know, they don't bother anybody. And most of my neighbors are pretty good, but you always get those few just, oh my God, it's a gun. So, but this way they do know that it's not. So, which is kind of nice. So, even if my son, you know, he decides to go out in the backyard and shoot or whatever, you know, just they know that it's not real. So it's a safety precaution. I do have a few that I've taken them off of. I got that KJ Works 1911, which it just had to come off. I mean, that thing is just, it looks so much realistic and better without it. But I shoot that whenever I can, mostly indoors, so I'm not worried about that one. But yeah, here's the box. It does require a stick magazine, which I have. The BB version also has a stick magazine, which, you know, it isn't much of a problem. I haven't taken it out of the package yet. I mean, I don't mind the stick magazines because I did buy an extra, so I'll have two. I mean, this way you with the full-size magazines with that hold the CO2 cartridges, you're not using up two CO2 cartridges, you know, at the same time in separate magazines. You know, this way you can at least just have a extra magazine and just continuously use magazines until your CO2 runs out. So I haven't had a Mark II version yet. I'm interested to see how it differs. I mean, I can already tell by the styling that it's much different. I don't know what the blowback action will be like on the Mark 1, the first version that I have. It's not a full blowback, but you know, it's a snappy little gun. I haven't had any problem. One of the problems, we'll go into that later when I get it out, but there was a problem that the first versions had up here in the front. It tended to, I think, break around the front here somewhere. I haven't had that issue with mine, but I think that was one of the problems I seen online and on some you know, just on some, like, I don't know, not chat lines, but forums, etc., about what kind of problems they have with the old versions. But I haven't had any problems with mine. So the only thing I had was, I think I dropped on the way the CO2, this piece comes off, and what happened was I dropped it one time. It hit the floor, and the little plastic plate broke. So I just glued it back in, and I haven't any problems with it. But other than that, and that was my fault. So, but shooting wise, I haven't any problems with it. But we'll go ahead and open this up and take a look. I have not opened this yet. I did take it out of the box and everything, but I haven't opened it yet. So whatever's in here is new to me, just as it is you. It's a very tiny box. It's pretty cool. So I'm glad it came in a box, not a plastic blister pack, which the original Mark 1 version BB pistol that I had came in a plastic clamshell blister pack. But in the box, you have the gun, which looks very nice. I mean, just look at the quality of the color of the polymer, the plastic, the metal, the bluing. Again, it has the orange tip, which I'll probably keep it in there. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, worst case, I could put either a piece of black electrical tape around it, or just I don't know. I probably won't even fuss with that. I kind of like it. I mean, I did the same with my Glock 17. I just left the orange tip in. And I mean, it's not that bad. Again, shooting in the backyard. Some people may see it, and that just brings their nervousness level down a bit, knowing that, you know, it's not real. So, just peace of mind. Again, this is a CO2 version Airsoft. Let's see what else is in the box here. Comes a little tiny Allen key, probably for the sights and the hop up. Looks like they're adjustable in the rear, maybe. Looks like for windage. I don't see any elevation screw. There might be. We'll take a light and look around. So you get that. The owner's manual. Walther PPS Mark II. Again, the technical information: 300 feet per second, 1.20 gram BBs, 12 gram CO2 cartridge, 6mm airsoft, 15 rounds. And then here, blowback. It does have hop up, and I haven't adjusted it on any of my guns. I mean, I just use my own you know, just Kentucky windage, or, you know, I just do it by eye usually. And in the doors, I'm only at 6.5 yards, 7 yards, so I really don't need. So far, I haven't had to adjust any hop ups. They seem to shoot just fine. So I mean, a short barrel pistol like this, I mean, I don't know. Depending on where you're shooting, you may not need to adjust it. But I'm sure you're all familiar with the instructions. Here's a magazine. Yeah, again, this is the piece you use. It comes out the back plate that comes off, so you can install the CO2 cartridge. It does have a little integrated hex tip. I think it's a little spring powered. You can stick it in there. But again, I did drop this piece, and it broke the little plate off the back, so I had to glue it. And then a little glue got kind of stuck in there, so it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't like spring push down a little so you can get it in there. But eventually I got it to work, and, you know, worked the glue out of it. So, but it's fine now. CO2 installation. I mean, it's always, I recommend reading these. You never know what you might need to know, how to aim. I mean, that's how I always usually aim. I mean, I even bring the, I'll even start further down. Like I'll set the bottom of the black dot or circle on the top of the blade just to begin with. So, and again, this is by Umrex. You got Elite Force. That's mostly your Airsoft section, I guess you would say. Again, here's the do not return the product to the store. We all seen those. I mean, I think that's it does have the bubble wrap, but there's nothing else in there. Nothing on the back. So all this aside, here is the gun itself. Got your Walther logo, PPS. One thing I'm already noticing on the side here is the lack of bright white lettering. Carl, Walther. Very nice plastic polymer. I mean, this is, it almost feels firearm grade. I mean, it's just the grip, the stapling, so much nicer than the Mark 1. There's the safety. This is similar, still the same spot, which is kind of nice. It's right there at the trigger. That's a nice little cross bolt safety. I don't know if the takedown buttons are operational. Looks like they're just molded. Be interesting to see where you adjust the hop up at. A little bit of white right here. It's not too bad. I mean, a lot of the times, some of this you can just wear off with your thumb by just rubbing it. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's not very tacky. I mean, it's kind of subtle. And would have rather it had it right here. Like on the VP HK VP9 that I just got. It's very subtle on the bottom. And this is Airsoft. White dots in the rear and in the front. Again, this looks like it's adjustable for windage. Focus. I don't see a screw up top for elevation. Caution. Over adjusting the hop up can cause damage to the slide and will void the warranty. So is that the hop up right there? Would that be it? Oh, I see that. Yeah, if you get that too high up, it will catch on that little. It's pretty flush. Let me lock this back. It's empty. It's brand new. Also, again, stick magazine. 6mm. These magazines are kind of nice. They do lock into place so you can load them. Some have holes, like right here. You can load it. But this one looks like you must load from the top. I don't know if there's a little. Just hold your finger over and then drop them in. Again, it's 15 rounds. Pretty stiff little spring. I'm trying to let them slam up. It is all plastic in there, even though this is metal. The spring's metal. The follower is plastic, so you could damage it by letting it slam, clear up. All right. Again, it's not a full blowback. No see-through. I mean, it is a stick magazine, so if it went further back, you might be able to see through it a little bit. That's not big. At least it's a cut open port. Your ejector, it's just for show. You can see through into there. So there's a little hole there. The magazine goes up so you can see. Oh yeah, the hop up. There's the screw. It's not quite flush. It's probably the max height you'd probably want to go. I might even. It's not gonna catch a little bit. It's pretty flush. So any higher, it would catch probably on the lip of this slide. You can see it kind of goes under there just a little ways, so you definitely don't want that too high. Very nice. It is metal. I don't think there's any steel. Nope. Right, just aluminum. A little, yeah. Maybe some parts. I felt like it. Nope. Part of the inner barrel, maybe. Man, that's just a. Oh my God, that's plastic, but on just a barrel insert, maybe. I don't know how hard that would be to come off. I'll probably just leave it on. It's a little snappy. It's got a nice spring. Not bad. Does lock back after shot. There you go. I mean, technically, I get you're not supposed to just release a slide like this. I mean, everybody does it. You can, but from what I understand is once you reload, instead of do that, you kind of just rack the slide back a little bit, like reload, and then you're ready to shoot. Everybody does this. I mean, with firearms, I guess you're not technically supposed to do it like that. Just once you have a round in there, the follower doesn't push that up anymore, so you can just rack the slide. You're ready to go. Trigger. See, safe, fire. There's no CO2. Let's check the trigger pull. There's the creep, and then it stops. Oh, not bad at all. Pretty sure it has to be racked in order to fire it. So let's see. Yeah. So double action, single action. So you have to rack the slide. See some oil. Safety on. With it cocked, won't fire. Totally locks out the trigger. Or is there any way to decock this? So you rack it. Can you hold the slide? Hold it up. Let's see. To press or let go. Nope. Won't decock. Oh, not bad. The magazine out. Check out the CO2 compartment. Just push this up. You can see it's a little spring loaded. A little bit of this piece here, spring loaded, just like the original version. Like I said, I dropped it, and this plastic piece popped off, and there's a spring, and then what happened was it kind of came out of there, so I had to put it back in, and I couldn't get this to stay in, so I glued it. I don't know if these are even glued in there at all, but I got it fixed, so it's been fun. Once you get it in there, it stays. But this is your Allen key. So you just tighten it till you hear the hiss, and you're ready to go. So the Walther PPS Mark II. Let's get the Mark I out and take a quick little look at it. Okay. I am a fan of Walther. I got my CP88 here. And then this is, I mean, it's not labeled the Mark I, but I guess it would be the Mark I. Again, I got an extra magazine for it too. I definitely recommend buying extra magazines for these. Now, the big difference is, of course, the styling. Again, stick magazine. Now on this, which they shied away from on this one, is a single push button. My hand was in the way. Does it just come out of there? Nope, you got to pull it out. Oh, there it goes. My hand was catching it. There you go. This one has an ambidextrous release. But it's the same thing. But this is 4.5 millimeter steel BB, or 0.177. Again, blowback. Has a good little snappy. But yeah, from what I read and heard, that this piece around here would break. I don't know what from, the blowback action, but it had a weak spot around this area here, and this front would break off. I haven't had that problem, knock on wood. Again, no white lettering on this, except, well, I mean, right here, but it's not real bad. The serial number. But no orange tip, being this is a BB. But very similar. So, I've been wanting a Mark II for a while, but got a good price on the Airsoft version. Now, same thing. But yeah, I dropped this and this broke. This piece came off. I glued it back in there. In the beginning, it was I got a little too much glue and this was stuck. It's still a little tacky, but it's enough to help me get it in there. Again, this is also the Allen key. Just make sure that's not sticking all the way out, otherwise your magazine won't snap all the way in. But I wish they would have kept the ambidextrous release on this one, but it's no big deal. It does have the grips in the front, but you can see the difference in the grip itself. This one's a lot narrower. This one has a little bit more beef to it. Much more comfortable feel. I mean, this is not bad, but you can feel it's thin. I mean, somebody with small hands, but you can definitely feel the difference in this one. I'm left-handed, but I'm more of a right-handed shooter, but I can shoot with both. Let me zoom this out some more. Just trying to keep close so you can all see the differences. Not bad. So, Walther PPS original 4.5 millimeter steel BB version, CO2, and then this is the Walther PPS Mark II 6 millimeter Airsoft CO2, both blowbacks, both from Umarex. Looking forward to doing some testing. We'll do some velocity testing, and then we'll try some target shooting indoors. It's winter, so it's very cold outside. So I have, like I said, down here I got about 6.5, 7 yards to shoot, which is probably really good for these shorter barreled air pistols. So we should have some fun with these. I could probably set up some cans and do some plinking indoors. It's in my basement, so it's no big deal. But it'll be interesting to get some velocity numbers. I got some different some BBs, Airsoft. I got everything from 12 gram up to I think just 25 gram. I don't have anything heavier. I got to get some yet, and then maybe we'll do a little comparison with both. I haven't done a lot with this. I think I did an earlier, shorter video. I don't know if I did any velocity testing with this though. I think I did the videos before I had the chronographs. So we'll do some of that. I like to get some of the copper plated lead BBs so I can shoot some of this, some in here. But I'm all out of those. All I have is steel right now. And those stupid dust devils, but I'm not going to use anything like that in a magazine fed air gun ever again. They break and then they bind up your magazine follower, and it's just a mess. So definitely stay away from using those in any magazine fed air pistol. Revolvers, fine, but yeah, I definitely don't put them in a Daisy Red Ryder or anything like that, because it's just, they'll grind up. You're gonna have a powder in the bag, in the BB well, and it's just gonna, it will mess up your gun. I guarantee they will. So I don't even use those in those, anything like that. So all right, so thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. We'll do some velocity testing and some target testing. Thank you.